Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a really fascinating new study that kind of flips the script on what we think we know about business growth. It gets down to one simple question. In a world that's obsessed with being online, what truly makes a business succeed? Okay, so let's just dive right in. We're told over and over that success is basically a digital game. Do you know the drill, right? It's all about follower counts, engagement rates, having a massive online footprint. The more digital noise you make, the better you're doing. But is that really the whole story? Well, the reality on the ground is, of course, a little more complicated. The study we're looking at today points out that while small and medium businesses know they have to be online, a lot of them find it incredibly hard to make that full pivot, from the old school manual way of doing things to a totally digital world. And this creates a ton of pressure and a really big question about where they should be focusing their energy. And all that pressure has led to what you could pretty much call a digital obsession. It's like we've been conditioned to think that business growth is a simple formula. More online metrics equals more success. It's clean, it's measurable. But the study we're diving into asks a pretty bold question. What if we're totally underestimating the power of a real-world in-person connection, the classic handshake, in this age of the hashtag? So this brings us to the central conflict, the big showdown the researchers wanted to explore: handshakes versus hashtags. To get a real-world answer, researchers in 2024 zoomed in on a specific, really dynamic group, small and medium-sized businesses, or SMEs, in the Indonesian fashion industry. They wanted to see what was actually driving their innovation and, frankly, what was keeping them in business for the long haul. So they surveyed 258 of these fashion businesses. And here's what makes this so interesting. They were all part of this incubator program designed to help them grow. That makes them the perfect test case because they're actively trying to figure out this modern business landscape, trying to master both digital tools and good old-fashioned networking. Now, to really get what the study found, we first need to talk about the core thing they were measuring. It's an idea called social capital. Put simply, social capital is just the value you get from the people you know. It's the trust, the shared know-how, the opportunities that pop up just because of your connections. And the researchers decided to break this big idea down into two main types. First, you've got offline social capital. Let's call it the handshake. This is your traditional real-world network. We're talking friends, family, professional contacts, community groups, even government connections. It's all built on face-to-face interaction and the kind of trust that just takes time to develop. And on the flip side, you've got online social capital, or the hashtag. This is your digital network, right? You can pretty much count it by your connections on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, the whole shebang. This is all built on virtual interactions and how far your voice can carry online. All right, so with these two types of capital, the handshake and the hashtag, clearly defined, the researchers could finally ask the million-dollar question. So which one really matters more? Which one is going to move the needle when it comes to success? Is it the size of your address book or the size of your follower list? What's the secret ingredient that drives new ideas and helps a business actually survive and thrive? And the results were honestly pretty fascinating. It wasn't a knockout punch for either side, not at all. The study found that both of them, your offline, real-world capital and your online digital capital, had a huge positive impact on a company's ability to innovate and stay healthy. They're both incredibly powerful. But, and this is the crucial part, while your digital network is absolutely vital, the study found that those traditional in-person relationships, the handshakes, actually had a slightly stronger and more consistent positive effect on how well these businesses performed. Your real-world community still packs a massive punch. So this leads us to the biggest takeaway from the entire study. It isn't about choosing one over the other, not even close. It's about creating what you could call a hybrid advantage. The smartest strategy here is to see these two things as partners. It's a whole new playbook. It starts with nurturing your roots, actively building those real-world relationships based on trust. At the exact same time, you use online tools to expand your reach way beyond your physical location. But the real magic happens when you bridge that gap, when you turn those online connections into offline partners. And finally, you leverage both networks together to spark new ideas and really drive growth that lasts. At the end of the day, it really comes down to this simple idea. Your best ideas need a personal network and a Wi-Fi network to truly take off. Success today isn't just about being seen online. It's about being connected everywhere. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Are you building two separate networks? Or are you building one powerful connected world? Thanks for joining The Explainer.